So these two plants that I have here are called Echeveria agavoides form Cristata. Now I had to actually pull this one out because it was growing in a kind of shallow container that I was growing lots of different kinds of plants in, and I thought it was too confusing. So this is in a temporary container right here just for the purpose of 365 days of plants. And then you could see here, which is another one that is just forming a little bit as a cristate form, but not as much as this one. So you have varying degrees of cristate forms, and you could see that this one has grown quite substantially. And actually, after I took it out of the container, I realized that it's probably outgrown the container that I had it in. So it was very good that I kind of moved it out of the succulent container, because I think now it's time that I move this out. But I really love these horticultural cristate forms because I think that they, make the plant a little bit more compact, although this Echeveria, I think, is a bit more of a compact one. Sometimes you get ones that start to stretch out a little bit if you're not giving them direct, intense, top-down light, and this one has seemed to grow very well. And you could see that it propagates a bit more by offsets, so you could actually take any one or number of these off and begin to share it around. This is actually one that I had for a plant swap that nobody wanted to trade with me, so I ended up taking it back home and planting it up in one of my tea containers. And then this one was a special one that I actually bought because I just, again, loved the form of this one. This is actually native initially to Mexico, and as far as fertilizing this goes, I would say that you could get away with a succulent fertilizer on a monthly or even a bi-weekly basis if you want to do that. And that would be like a 247 or 347 or a 121 or something of that nature. And I am giving both of these intense light in my southwest facing window. Actually, I wanted to show you this one because this one, as you could see, looks a little bit more like this. And there's like these cristate forms actually forming here. So this is not like totally cristate. And you could see these right here too that are kind of growing a little bit more normally. Very interesting, a very interesting specimen. What else can I say? I have had actually no pest pressures with this whatsoever. I do have some mealy bugs here and there on some of my succulents, but it hasn't seemed to affect my Echeveria agavoides here. Oh, and agavoides, you might already know this, but agave. So similar to an agave, and that's probably because of the growth structure of the Echeveria, and that it has like these little pointy tips as well. So I think I covered a little bit more of fertilizing. The humidity doesn't need a lot of that. As with a lot of succulents, I give them a little bit more of a succulent soil that's a little bit higher in perlite or some kind of porous mixture, so you could even do lava stones. And otherwise, a very easy one to grow, and if you could get your hands on one of these cristate forms, I think they're really beautiful for anyone's collection.